Okay, big day today, guys. So Google sent over the Pixel 7 Pro, hashtag gift from Google. This is the Obsidian or black version, 128 gigabyte version. Plus, what a nice surprise, they also sent over the Google Pixel Watch LTE version. I'll give you details on that in another video. They sort of put them together in this Google Pixel collection. Hashtag teampixel here on the mirror. Comes with a little welcome card. I gotta say, in person, these are looking really sharp. Yeah, this looks really nice. Looks like it's gonna be about the same size as my Fitbit Versa. Okay, they really stuck that on there. Okay, I don't know, maybe I wasn't supposed to do that. Now, inside of the box that you would be getting, no charging adapter, but you are gonna get USB-C to USB-C charging cable. They also throw in their little adapter. Pretty good idea if you're gonna be switching from an older phone. And it looks like quick start guide, safety and warranty information. You can see it's a little bit bigger than my Pixel 6a. Plus it's a little darker, definitely more black versus a dark gray. Now when you compare it to the Pixel 6 Pro, to me it looks like the dimensions are almost identical. Obviously a little bit different style there for the visor. Button placement's just a little bit lower now, probably easier to get to. So yeah, not a huge difference here in the hardware. You can see it doesn't have the band across the top anymore. It's just a small little section. And they feel about the same weight too. I'm glad to see they still accept SIM cards, but in case you're wondering, these do support eSIM as well. You can see it's a little bit shiny there around the edges, and the camera bar or visor is sort of that same material, more of a solid black there on the back panel. Nice matte finish there on the power and volume buttons, although I would like to see them use the colored buttons like they have in the past. Then you get your speaker charging port there on the bottom. And the screen is just a hair less curved on the edges, not a huge difference. This one has the 6.7-inch display, and it's an LTPO OLED 1440 by 3120 resolution. You've also got up to 120 Hz refresh rate, Gorilla Glass Victus, and up to 1500 peak brightness. And it also has HDR support. Nice thing is, regardless of which storage option you go with, they all have 12 gigabytes of RAM. I'm sort of curious to see how the fingerprint scanner is going to work on here. And then of course the nice upgrade is they brought back Face Unlock. You'll also notice it lights up to let you know it's doing Face Unlock. Now after you do Face Unlock on here, you still have to tap the little lock icon for this to unlock. Seems to work pretty good so far on here. Okay, looks like they're going with a pretty dark wallpaper. I feel like I do like that better than the flowers last year. To me, it does look like the fingerprint scanner is maybe a tad faster than the 6 Pro, so that's good to see. Looks like it already has an update to fix critical bugs. Might as well go ahead and do that. Now, I don't use wireless charging all the time, except when I'm traveling. It's kind of nice to just throw it in the charging bin, and it just keeps it charging while you're driving without having to plug it in. This does have fast charging, but not going to be as fast as OnePlus phones or Samsung. Looks like a pretty similar setup here to the Pixel 6 series. You can choose wallpaper colors or basic colors. I didn't realize they're featuring feathers for the wallpaper. Okay, actually looks better than I thought it would. You can also do themed icons here, and of course your app grid. The only thing I don't like when you do the themed icons, there's always the third-party ones that kind of stick out. Otherwise, they look really nice. And then as far as software support, you're gonna get 5-year security updates. Can't seem to find where it says software updates, so I'm not sure if that's gonna be 3 or 4. This is on Android 13 right out of the box. If you're wondering, you can still do 3-button navigation down here at the bottom. I'm surprised they don't come up with a different look than these. I don't know, I feel like they've been like that for a long time now. Maybe most people are doing gesture navigation. For me, I just feel like it's always faster to use 3-button navigation, but I know everyone's a little different on that. Now, up in the notification shade, most of your typical stuff here like internet, Bluetooth, do not disturb, flashlight, auto rotate, battery saver, airplane mode, home controls, nightlight, screen record, nearby share, and battery share. And then there's a ton of stuff that you can add on here. Everything from alarm, wallet, screencast, mic access, camera access, location, hotspot, color inversion, data saver, dark theme. Looks like dark theme's on by default. Scan QR code, color correction, sound amplifier, storage, recorder, focus mode, bedtime mode, live caption, calculator, sound notification, and live transcribe. Ooh, that's a lot. Swiping over to the left, you're gonna get the Google Discover newsfeed. And then of course to swipe up to access all of your pre-installed apps. Now just at first glance, these icons feel like they're a little larger than my Pixel 6a. I kind of like that. So just from the Geekbench test on here, you're gonna notice it's a nice improvement over the Pixel 6 Pro, especially in multi-core scores, and it's gonna be pretty comparable to other Android flagship phones. But regardless of what those numbers are, it just feels nice and smooth, pretty snappy overall. I don't think anyone's gonna complain about performance on here. And testing out a couple games like PUBG Mobile, Asphalt 9, those play really nice and smooth. The phone may get a little warm from time to time when gaming, or from doing a lot of video recording on the highest settings, but overall it does a pretty good job at everything I've tested on it so far, and everything looks really nice on the screen. Now if you want to save battery life, you can turn it down from 1440p to 1080p, and you can turn the smooth display off, which is going to take it from 120 Hz down to 60 Hz. But personally, I don't think you need to do either. During my battery drain test, this phone lasted about 12 hours before finally dying, and that's a slight improvement over the 6 Pro, and it's right up there with some of the best battery life of any phone that I've tested on the channel. If you're wanting a phone with great battery life, this is a pretty good option. Now you have a speaker up here by the earpiece, also one at the bottom, not two, the other one's just sort of for looks, I guess. Let me give you a quick sample just to give you an idea of what the speakers on here sound like. I'll also mention, if you put this phone on pretty much any surface, be careful, it's really slippery on the back.
Cause you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away.
Okay, these are plenty loud enough, not a whole lot of bass to them, but overall sound, yeah, it actually sounds pretty good. You're gonna get night sight, motion, portrait, camera, video. You're also gonna get cinematic blur. Then you've got panorama, photosphere, and lens. It also has 10-bit HDR and speech enhancement, but those are only gonna work in certain modes.
This is speech enhancement. It's great for capturing clear speech in noisy locations. It reduces unwanted sounds like wind, traffic, and crowds. It works best with a single speaker. This is speech enhancement. It's great for capturing clear speech in noisy locations. It reduces unwanted sounds like wind, traffic, and crowds. It works best with a single speaker.
Okay, that actually seems to work pretty good in their sample. You can also turn on and off the auto macro and framing hints as well. It also has RAW plus JPEG control for photos. Let's see how good this macro mode is real quick. Oh my gosh, wow. Okay, now this is crazy. Watch how good this macro mode is. It's not perfect when it's zoomed in all the way, but it still looks really good for a cell phone, especially on this one here. The 1x and the 2x look really good. 5x maybe is a little blurry. It's sort of crazy because you don't actually see those little shapes just glancing at the controller. I mean, you have to look really close. Now for certain modes in the camera, you're gonna have top shot, which is basically gonna make a short video capture. I guess we'll leave that on. Here's a few more samples of photos and video just to give you an idea of what to expect. Just my short time with this phone, yeah, the cameras are gonna be really nice on this. Now for the cameras, you get a 50 megapixel wide angle main lens. Then you also have a 12 megapixel ultra wide and a 48 megapixel telephoto, which you're gonna get their super res zoom up to 30x. And then you've got a 10.8 megapixel front facing camera, not quite as wide as the ultra wide on the back, but still 92.8 degrees, so pretty pretty decent. You're also going to get video recording up to 4K resolution, 60 frames per second, and that's going to be on the rear and front facing cameras. They've also added in a ton of other stuff to this phone, like cinematic blurs. You've got slow motion video support up to 240 frames per second. It's got astrophotography, time lapse, optical image stabilization, fused video stabilization. Even in 4K, it's got the locked video stabilization and cinematic pan video stabilization. Even in the audio recording, it's got wind noise reduction, speech enhancement, stereo recording, and audio zoom. So hopefully this video gave you a little closer look at the new Pixel 7 Pro. I plan on getting the Pixel 7 to review later, and of course I'll be trying out the Pixel Watch next, so you'll definitely want to look out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.